Hi guys, and welcome to my second critical reflection video. Within this video, I'm going to be answering the question, how does your product engage with audiences and how would it be distributed? Diving first into the audience engagement, I first want to establish who my target audience would be. I imagine people who would read my magazine would probably be dessert enjoyers, people who like to bake, and people who are on a budget. I mentioned desserts all throughout my entire magazine. My magazine is directed towards baking, so that's kind of why I think people who enjoy desserts or just cooking or baking in general would enjoy my magazine. And as for people who are on a budget, I mention on my cover page in table of contents different recipes you can make while still being healthy and also keeping within a budget. To help kind of grab the attention of my readers, I use different things like images, fonts, and layout. For images, it was really important to me that I used high quality images with a wide range of flavors, colors, and placements. What I mean by that is I include different recipes like a vanilla cake with vanilla frosting, and I also included a raspberry tart or just a berry tart in general, which pulls different flavors from different flavor groups. And it also is very colorful, each dessert including colors that another did not, which would grab the attention of a reader. And for placement, on my table of contents, all the images are aligned to the right, while on my cover and my spread, the images are on the left. I just think it looks more visually interesting this way, and it would also grab the attention of my reader. For the different fonts, I used a lot of different fonts within my the entire layout of my magazine. I think I did a pretty good job of keeping some consistent fonts throughout, but also using different ones, so it didn't look too all over the place and it looked very cohesive. It was also important to me that I use different colors to help, again, grab the attention of the readers. And I usually pulled colors out of the actual image so it still matched with everything on the page, but also grabbed the reader's attention. For the layout, I try to keep everything separate so that they could all stand alone by themselves and kind of let them speak for themselves. And I also didn't want none of the text or text boxes or images to be too close that they start to blend together and you can't really see either of the elements. So it was really important to me that they were kept separate and let them stand by themselves. And I also think this helped draw the reader in with all the negative space within the images or within the magazine design. Moving on to distribution, I would first need to establish a printer, publisher, and distributor. If I were to actually start printing my magazine, I would probably use Wheelhouse Direct because it is one of the biggest publishing companies, and publishing direct is also very local to where I am. I would also need to sell my magazine at a price in order to make a profit. I wouldn't be able to land on an actual price, like a set price, until I contact a printer or a distributor, because depending on how much they charge me to print the magazine, that's how much I would need to charge at a higher point in order to make a profit. Most likely, I could see my magazine being distributed in supermarkets and bookstores because in supermarkets, that's where people would be buying the ingredients to finding different recipes to make. And bookstores is another popular place where people would buy a cookbook, which kind of is similar to what my magazine is about. I also think that my book would do very well through online publishing. I feel like it would be very popular if I could market it correctly, and it would be much more cost effective because I wouldn't have to worry about printing in each edition. I would just be able to post it online. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.